Mr. Ramesh Bapat. Mr. Ramesh, your question is here. What factors led you to increase GL class luxury model by rupees 27 lakh? I mean the price you said, right? 27 lakhs in 45 days. GPS and night vision should be standard or optional in GL or ML class. I own a E350 CDI. Well, let me understand the question. First of all, congratulations, sir. Mr. Bapat, you are our proud customer. You are owning a E350 CDI. Badhai aapko. Coming to your real question, I think that there are two parts of the question. One question, you are upset with a very steep rise in price, looks like at 27 lakhs in 45 days. And secondly, you have spoken about the GPS and the night vision, whether should it be a standard or optional in our SUV models. Thank you. Let me take on that straight. First of all, the second part of the question I'll try to address in the beginning, the GPS and the night vision part. I think you're right. You are absolutely right that the GPS, the global positioning part, and the night vision, we can definitely look at it as making a standard or optional. But of course, you know, these cars are marketed across India, and of course the driving conditions, the road illuminations are not the same levels in the metros and non-metros. But I think this is a homework for me to take back to my product team and give them a good food for thought. Should we make it standard? Should we make it optional? I really don't want to comment on that, but I take your feedback very positively. This is the point for my product team, that look at this very, very strictly. What do you do with the GL and ML? Coming to the first part of your question, sir. We did not increase 27 lakhs in one day. Come on, this never happened. I am sure all my customers will run away. They'll come back to Pune and catch me by my neck if I do so. We cannot afford to do that. But of course there was a price rise. See, what happened is, let's go back a couple of months back to February. If you recall, we were all reading in the newspaper, there will be a FTA, there will be a free trade agreement, and the European cars will become cheaper. And I also was a part of yours, as much as I read the Times of India, the Economic Times, and Business Standard of the world as much as you do. But when the real union budget came, you see, it was a real shock for all of us. We saw overnight the import duty on the CBU cars with engine size more than 3.5 liter diesel going up from 110% aggregate duty, including the excise and the countervailing duty, 110 to 140%. We are talking about a 30% increase happened in one day. You are talking about 27 lakhs in 45 days. I am talking about 30% in one day. But sir, that price increase is not 27. The price moved up roughly by 10 to 12 lakhs. Our prices was in the range of 64, 65 lakhs for the GL, the luxury, and it moved up to 74, 75, 76 lakhs. So 10 to 12 lakhs is the window which it went up by because of the purely the duty impact. Secondly, what happened is in a couple of states, even for the CBU cars, that means the completely built unit cars which are imported completely from our US factory Tuscaloosa, for these cars, even the road tax and registration was increased by the local governments by 2 to 5%, depending on state to state. So we had no other option but to pass this excise duty or this import duty impact, import duty impact and the road tax impact on the on-road pricing to the consumer. So we did not make any money out of it, or we didn't increase the price. It's purely because of duties and prices. But let me then tell you the sad part of the story, which is not said in this question. You know, when we sell imported cars, these fully imported cars, that means they are not built in India, they are just imported from our factories in Tuscaloosa, or from our factories in Sindelfingen, or from our factories in Rastatt in Hungary, or other places of the world. We are very much dependent on the exchange rate. Let's say a GL car. Let's say we fixed up the price in 2010. And what was the price of GL for our imports? It was 58 rupees to a euro. Today, the euro is 72 rupees to 1 euro. And we are talking about a 20%. 14 rupees on 58 is roughly nothing less than 20 to 25%. The exchange rate has changed the costing for us. Of course, we can't pass it on to the consumer. Of course, we cannot increase the price of a car by 25%. And that exactly as a manufacturer, we completely absorb in our bottom line. So, honestly speaking, the entire impact of the change in the rupee, which you read in the newspapers every day, that the rupee is devaluating for us from a 58 1 year back to a 72 rupees today. 25% is a huge increase in our cost price for all these imported cars, and we have silently kept it inside us, and we have hit our bottom lines. At any cost, we can't pass it on to you. But we had no other option but to pass on the duty